Welcome to New Ideas, New Talk. Today I want to say to all of you, buongiorno. I want to use my language to say good morning to everybody. In this time of limited trip, we will meeting our partner of our network, New Ideas for New Opportunity. Today we go actually to Germany, to the south of Germany, and we will meet Johannes. I want to say good morning, buongiorno to Johannes.
Good morning, Nino.
How are you? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. And also we will go to Spain. To Spain in the south of Spain. We go to Andalusia, and we will meet Javier. Good morning, Javier. How are you?
Good morning, Johannes.
I want to start talking a bit with you, and we want to know a bit more about what you do in your country and which type of organization you are. I want to start with Javier. Johannes. It's getting difficult with the two persons. So Johannes, can you talk more about your organization and what you do in your organization?
Yes, so possibly first to start with the person. So my name is Johannes Dreer, 40 years old now, family father, 2 children, living in the village and exactly on the farm where my parents lived. So this is the place where my family is and where my business is. I'm still a part-time farmer, and since 2009, I'm working as a business consultant for family farms. The name you can see in the background, it's Hof und Leben. So if you translate it directly, it's farm and life. So it's like a motto of our enterprise. So of course, there are hard facts of your business, let's say economic needs. And at the same time, there is a family enterprise. And of course, there is social, let's say, social needs as well. And if you think about cooperation within family, then
so a strictly connection with the land where you live, and a strictly connection with the people which are actually living in your area, right?
Yes. So what I wanted to say, not to get too long, it was about, let's say, the social effect within a family enterprise. It's on a mathematical level. So if you put 1 and 1 together, if you are in a good cooperation, it's more than 2. And if it's a bad cooperation, it can be less than 0. And that's, let's say, this is the background of this name of the enterprise. So, but it's...
So I will put you a bit in standby, and we go to know more about the other guest of today. So we're back to Javier. So Javier, can you talk a bit more about your organization and what you do in your organization?
Yes, my name is Javier Morales. I'm working for GrowthCoop. GrowthCoop is a non-profit organization. It's a cooperative. We are 5 members in the cooperative and other members working for the cooperative. We are based in Granada, in the south of Spain. And this cooperative was created to develop 3 main concepts, or to work, maybe not to develop. Social entrepreneurship is one of our main objectives, the promotion, developing, implementation of this concept of social entrepreneurship. Second is we work very intensively in diversity, in different areas of diversity. In fact, now we are in a process of creating a think tank about diversity here within the cooperative. And the third part of our work is social inclusion. We are very much focused in different ways with social inclusion. And for these three areas, we provide training, we provide counseling, and we provide consultants as assistant. So this is the way we work. My responsibility in the company, in the cooperative, is I'm responsible for European projects, but I'm also training and trainer and coach. I have been working as a trainer for 30 years. In European projects also. My first project was in 1990, so it was a long time ago. My first meeting...
At that time, I was not actually working with European projects, so...
My first meeting was in Bologna in 1990, so in Italy. Yeah, so long time. Thank you very much.
So nice. Then today we have the possibility to talk about social entrepreneurship, a different type of social entrepreneurship. We can say from the countryside to the city. So Johannes, can you explain a bit more what social farming is?
So basically, there are various definitions of the concept. So to say first, so for me, to give a picture of social farming, it's basically like therapy, rehabilitation, inclusion, integration, up to, let's say, kindergartening, schooling, so pedagogical concepts on the farm. And let's say even within the project world, there is sometimes a discussion how far does it need to go? So does it need to be, let's say, a concept realized on the farm, or a concept which is always really interacting with the farmer in its work? So, and let's say on this level of interaction, there is, let's say, from a definition point of view, there is a discussion, but there is, let's say, but there is no discussion about the very good effects of I would say all. Of course, it's difficult to make such an absolute approach, but all offers in social farming have a very high added value for the people in the region.
So it's actually something which is not actually limited to the countryside and so to the farm, but it can affect also the urban area.
Yes, of course. Let's say in the middle of a really, let's say, of a big city, it's difficult to have farming going on. But of course, in, let's say, the surrounding, in my case, I'm exactly in between two metropolitan areas, so between Munich and Stuttgart. So it's hard to say I live in a rural area. Of course, I live in a village, but there are smaller towns around me, and let's say it's 1 hour to Munich and 1.5 hours to Stuttgart. So of course I feel like very, very much on the village, but I think there are, let's say, more let's say deeper rural areas, to say so. But to say it like that, perhaps one sentence more, Nino. It's not necessary for, let's say, for social farming concept to be very close to big cities. Of course, you need, let's say, there is some thing of demand and offer. So if there are no people, you do not need to create any offer for people if no one is there. But as soon as there are people, even in the rural area, and a specific amount of people with special needs or special needs for society, then there is potential in this.
I understand. So let's back to Javier. Talking about social entrepreneurship. Can you tell a bit more us about what social entrepreneurship is?
Yeah, of course, Nino. This is a concept that have been developing the last, let's say, more or less 5 years, little by little. Is increasing a lot, is developing a lot in different countries. We with more or less the same approach, but with some different. But what they have in common is a social entrepreneurship company is, I will say a very simple way, is a useful company for the society. It's a company that have a positive impact in the society. Mm-hmm. It's a company that is not only focused on profit, it's only focused on the benefit they provide to the whole society or to a specific group of the society. This is the main concept. I will say that it's like the perfect combination if you create like a cocktail, no? You take the best from the NGOs and non-profit organizations working with different social groups. Mm-hmm. And you take the best for, let's say, typical companies, and you mix this idea, and the concept for young people is very attractive because the message is you can get money, but at the same time, you can do something useful for your community, whatever it is.
So it's a double benefit for the social community where all these companies are based and where all these projects are actually developed, right?
Yeah, because sometimes many people have the dilemma to say, okay, if I want to do something useful, I have to work in an NGO because from my company, I cannot do something useful from the society. So now this is a different approach. You can mix the concept of creating your own company, get a benefit from that, and at the same time, make a social impact on the benefit of the society or the benefit of a specific group of the society. Okay.
Okay, so to go starting getting inside what our work, so the work of developing project, the work of project management. So can Johannes, can you make as an example of a concrete project you developed in the last years, just to understand a bit more what actually can be done with the European project in the frame of social farming?
So for us, let's say, so in the special frame of social farming, so perhaps first, so my company, so this Hof and Leben enterprise, so let's say the core of our business is the business consulting. So, and from let's say from this basis or on this basis, we are working on European projects as well. As soon and as long as let's say there is a link to farming, and let's say very often niche farming. So what do we want to reach? So for us, it's important that we reach out to our farmers in Germany with new perspectives, additional ideas, good experiences in, let's say, in niche markets or in special challenges of family farming enterprises. So
if you can, because consider that all the people that are here maybe listening at the moment, they don't have actually exactly in mind what can be done with the European project, European farms, and social farming. You mentioned last time, mentioned to me a project called Farcura. So can you talk a bit about this and actually saying to us what it's about and what you did with this project?
Okay, let's say this was the next thing I wanted to say, Nino, but it was good that you reminded me. So it's let's say in this special case, then it was let's say there is a niche. So I would not want to say social farming is a niche market because there are some people do not like to put social farming or to describe it as a niche market. It is a niche, so there is a, let's say, perhaps 2 in 1,000 farmers are thinking about such concepts on their farm. You need special circumstances in your region. And then for us, it was interesting to show German farmers what is done in other European countries. So you get an overview, you open your mind for new ideas in social farming. And the way around, of course, German farmers wanted to share their experience with other countries' farmers. So what we basically do in all our projects, so in the Partura project, is producing training material which is on a basic level. So I always want to say that. So it's of course it's a basic training. So the farmers get to know the ideas behind this, let's say, social farming. They get to know basic needs of for the farmer, for possibly some service provider, and of course the participants. So what are the critical points? What are the, like a SWOT analysis as well? And let's say that they have their basic background to think about, is it a way for me to follow or not? And let's say, and then they see practical experiences from other farmers at the same time.
Okay, I have a question from the audience that are following us at the moment. That is for you, actually. Michelle is asking: has environmentalism become more as a priority in the last in social farming in the last years?
If environmental issues
yes, if environmentalism it becomes a priority in the last years in the social farming sector.
Let's say it's difficult to answer. So a
short answer.
It will be. It's a question for farming overall. So we have a green pathway for farming since years or since decades already, and of course, in environmental aspects are more and more important, and they become more and more basic. So it depends a bit on personal view, if you see it as a regulation or if it's necessary or not. But I do not want to discuss about that. So there will be higher levels for plants, for animals, and for environment as a whole. So, and this is given circumstance from farming, and therefore for social farming as well.
Okay, let's back to Javier, and it's nice that our audience is interacting with us, asking questions. I suggest to the audience, if they have questions for Javier and Johannes, to keep asking through the posting on Facebook, LinkedIn, and the channel where we are live in the moment. Javier, can you explain a bit more us about the connection between the social entrepreneurship and the benefit that the society can have from the social entrepreneurship?
Yes, I can give you an example about what we are doing, just to maybe it will be easier to understand. We are working on social entrepreneurship based on 3 fields. The first one is a training process, which is training and promotion of the concept of social entrepreneurship. We are developing a promotion training courses in schools where we are having very good results. So the idea is to spread this concept among young people. Second, we have another workshops for within the universities, for especially people who are in the last years on the university and they are thinking about the possibility to become entrepreneur, and we are promoting the concept of social entrepreneurship and how can it work, how can you create this company, how to focus, what is the main difference from a typical company and a social entrepreneurship company. And the second point is networking. We already create a networking in our area in Andalusia, in Granada, where we have already 15 social entrepreneurs, and we meet every month. So we exchange experience, we support each other, we are creating new things all together. So it's a networking, but only for social entrepreneurship company. And our big plan for next year, if the situation allows us, is to create a co-working place for social entrepreneurs, where we will provide consultant services, counseling services, and training. So the idea behind beyond the social entrepreneurship is you can make your own company, and at the same time you can
and then have a benefit for the benefit to the community. So let's talk a bit all together. So I know you know each other. You didn't say, but you know already each other.
For a long time ago.
So you know, we are part of the same network. So new ideas for new opportunity, it gives us a chance to get to know each other. To maybe for you was the chance of a project to put you in contact, but for me it's the network putting me in contact with both of you. Which is actually how do you think the network is helping organizations like us to get in contact and to develop new projects? We can start from Javier and then we go to Johannes.
For me, the networking idea is in European projects. It's really very, very interesting because it's a place where you can share your ideas, you can learn from others, you can share your experiences, you can find new contacts. So you can have a lot of benefit, and you can give a lot of to other people. So it's just not getting projects. It's much more than getting involved in European projects. It's sharing ideas, sharing experience, giving contacts, providing ideas. It's a real great experience. I have been involved in this networking from the beginning. I have participated in Brussels in all years, and it was really very, very well organized.
So maybe this year we are missing a bit the human part, the human contact of the network. But for sure we will try to get as much we can from this year, because I think it was a huge challenge for all of us, and but we are trying to go over this. So Johannes, what do you think how the network can help us on exchanging more, giving more actually suggestion, new idea, let opening a bit us a bit more our mind. What do you think?
Let's say I would not have to add too many things to the things mentioned by Javier. So it is, let's say, possibly just thinking about people who are willing to network. So this, let's say, not all people are so let's say open-minded. So, or to get into a quite kind of open discussion, to give something, to receive something back, but to first give, so as a first step. And this is one of the very good experiences in this network. So from my side, that it's very open. Let's say you're going there, you're sharing your ideas, and all the people are acting this way. And what is exceptional from my experience is that network is usually a long-term thing. You are, let's say, you are creating a network, working together, and usually it lasts a very long time until you have some concrete effects.
I think this year, this step of the network to become visible, it can be also considered a kind of result. So what we are trying to do along all the year, to keep seeing you, to keep seeing all the member of the network and what they are doing, which project they are developing, is already what you said. It's a long time perspective, and it's actually maybe the first step. So tomorrow, network we have the event tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. So 26 and 27 we will be all together online. Let's see what will happen. Hopefully Zoom will help us in this chaos of calls, but I think it will be fun, it will be useful, and all of us will get something from this. We will even get, I think, some warm contact that we will miss this year, but anyway, to see the face, even if they are small like this in our screen, are familiar face that we're gonna see. So it's nice to have the event tomorrow, even if it's online. So I want to thank you, both of you. It was nice to have you here today. So if you want to have another live during the year, if you have good news to show to all of us, don't hesitate to put in contact with us, because it's nice to keep being updated on what you are doing. Social entrepreneurship, social farming. We are happy to hear about what are your progress in this type of project. So thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you. It really felt
bye to
like
Germany.
sitting at the table.
Sorry?
It felt like sitting at a real table. It was
yes, at a real table. At a real table. So bye. So here we are, everybody again. So we see this afternoon with the new live. We meet here at 3 p.m. With a new conversation, a new talk about education and digitalization. So bye to everybody, and see you.